He was a little delirious because he hadn't eaten or drank anything. He told us he was drinking out of puddles.
A teen found alive 8 days after he disappeared from home. While there are still some lingering questions about why Matt Lunney was missing for so long, tonight we're learning new details about how he was discovered out in the woods.
NewsChannel 5's Frank Wiley talked to one of his rescuers who calls the whole thing a miracle.
Every neighbor sent something: condolences, fear, and even prayer.
God just guide us.
8 days gone, no trace, no explanation. Some had begun to reflect, talk about Matt Lunney in past tense, but faith hadn't died.
Happenstance. Total happenstance.
An urge guided Kathleen Saith and her friend off the normal walking path Friday afternoon. It wouldn't stop pushing until they arrived. What they saw next was what police couldn't find.
It just was like a black blob laying on the ground. I could see shoes.
They dialed 911, terrified.
He heard us and he sat up.
Conversation staggered out of him as he struggled to stand. It was Matt.
And he said, well, I just was afraid.
None of it made sense. Why he was afraid or why he'd avoided searchers.
He's certainly welcome to not get caught if he chose not to go back home.
He was a little delirious because he hadn't eaten. He told us he was drinking out of puddles.
Her fellow church member, alive, but by her standards, barely. The way it all played out, the prayer, the urge, and her friend, a nurse, tending to Matt until medics arrived.
Well, miracle.
Now, she told me Matt was not even 5 minutes away from his front door. Police say they're just happy he's alive. Chris?